previously discussed, I introduced the Rail Rehabilitation Finance Innovation Act along with Senator Hassan last Congress, and it takes important steps to improve the RIF credit review process and increase utilization of the program by short-line railroads. Small connector lines in rural states like South Dakota provide a critical service to farmers. They carry grain, ethanol, and other products from terminals to Class 1 main lines. If confirmed, and as we work to move this legislation during the 117th Congress, can you describe how you would approach improvements to freight rail policy and investment?
Well, I look forward to working with you to learn more and develop this. As you mentioned, this is one of the few infrastructure programs that's actually undersubscribed, and so it points to the need for more work to be done. And I think it's very important for all of the reasons that you just described, important to my home state as well, and so many communities that we act on that.
Okay. South Dakota has 9 tribal reservations, many of them large and sparsely populated, where tribal roads provide a crucial transportation link to many communities. For this reason, I introduced the Tribal Transportation Equity and Transparency Improvement Act, that's a mouthful, with Senator Sinema last Congress, and among other provisions, the bill seeks to improve and update data on tribal roads, which is a critical aspect of ensuring funds are allocated where they are needed most. Do you agree that tribal road funding should be allocated according to the most up-to-date data?
I do.
Would you commit to working with me in this Congress to ensure that this important program is improved?
I'd welcome that opportunity.
Thank you. Let me just mention one other issue here, which I think, and this is something that state DOTs, particularly in rural areas like South Dakota, deal with, and that's the lack of resources to comply with a lot of the burdensome federal administrative requirements. The FAST Act included several provisions that were aimed at easing administrative burdens for state DOTs, and the bipartisan America's Transportation Infrastructure Act, which, as I said, was unanimously approved by the Environment and Public Works Committee in the last Congress, built on that success to provide state DOTs with greater flexibility to manage their transportation networks. Should the federal government work with state DOTs to provide them the flexibility that they need to build and maintain our nation's transportation infrastructure?
So I believe any time that we can make federal processes more user-friendly for states or local or tribal partners, we should. And when we find that anything is duplicative or burdensome, would welcome finding ways to streamline that, provided, of course, that we're meeting the fundamental goals of those rules, safety, environmental, or otherwise.
Right, okay. I just hope that we can continue to build on some of the successes that were made in the last highway bill to allow as much as flexibility as possible so states can get the most resources on the target. And I look forward to working with you on that, and I see my time has expired. So, Madam Chair, I yield back. Mayor, welcome.
Thank you.
Senator